Hey everyone, so today we are going to go over 5 tips, beginner tips, and some intermediate tips for the game Sapiens. We're going to go over a few things that I think, after playing through the whole tutorial and 2 maps, and kind of going a little bit further than that, really would have helped me if I'd have known them in the beginning. The first one is roles. So roles, I know if you're just starting or if you haven't started yet, you may not know about this very much, or if you've gotten into it a little bit, you might be like, yeah, of course, roles. But there's a few really important things. One is diplomacy. If you are not in a First of all, you only need one person to do diplomacy. And whenever people come up, if that person is doing something that takes a long time, like investigating or building, then just stop them on that roll, and it takes them a split second to introduce themselves and get those new people in the tribe. If you don't want anyone in your tribe, you can just completely get rid of diplomacy. Um, but yeah, only one on diplomacy and or 0 on diplomacy. Another thing with roles, when you have elderly or elders, sapiens, take them off of things. Basically, treat them like an elder. This game is really good at trying to make it feel like you're actually there, and what would that person want? What would that person need? So if you have an elderly person, take them off of things like general labor, or even investigation. I'll get into that in a minute. And just things that would make them be moving a lot, doing a lot. They're going to take more breaks, and they're going to go slower about things. So treat them like an elder, have them do things like music or planting or bone carving, tool assembly, basic cooking. Have them hanging out in the general camp area, doing the easy stuff, the stuff that needs to get done, but the easy stuff, so that you're not relying on them or leaving them out in the cold because they're walking slower, taking a bunch of breaks. And also with investigation, if they are if they're always needing breaks and stuff, investigation may not be good as well. Um, and then one more final thing on roles. If you want to, when you have things really going and you need tiles done, if you're just trying to pump out as many tiles as possible, make sure that when you go to your Sapien, here, let's just manage these roles. You would want every single one of these leading back all the way up to general labor, or if you don't feel they need general labor, don't do that. But basically, you want that person to be able to run every single item or every single learning point on that path, because what you can do is you can have each of these areas set up to craft those specific things, and that person can go down the line and do every single thing to get you what you want, and you can leave them there. The second one, tip number 2, is going to be trees and bushes and fruit trees. Plant early and plant a lot. It takes a long time for these trees and bushes to mature, and then even longer for them to finally bear fruit. So what you'll want to do when you land, you're going to want to find clumps of trees like this where you can quickly grab a whole bunch. But it's going to get to the point where either maybe you cut these down, or this isn't enough, or you wanted to get rid of them so you could build a base or whatever, or they're just not there anymore, and you need a reliable source of food. So you are definitely going to want to, like first thing, as soon as you find some oranges or apples and you can plant them. Plant flax really close by, plant wheat really close by, and then trees, tall trees. You're going to want to plant trees like this so you can gather their branches. This is super duper important. After you learn how to cut wood, you're going to start, look at how barren this whole area is. You are going to start cutting every single tree down around you, and it's going to take half a day to go get some branches off a tree. That is why it's super important. And see, I've even got more because I realized this wasn't enough. You plant these trees that give you branches and whatnot so you can keep things going, like your fire and your kiln here. So definitely do that, and try to, when you are doing timber, when you're needing logs, try to set up bases over here by the far away trees, cut all that, and then have them move all of that back here, and try to keep the trees close to you up so you can use them for sticks. So that brings me into, with the sticks for the fire. That brings me to my third one, which is going to be continuous building. So let's see here. We have right here. You can craft. Let's say I need a bunch of small rocks, and I've got a whole bunch. Instead of trying to figure out how many, craft continuously. If you do this, you can do this. Let's say in the end we wanted a bone spear. Well, we need a napping tool. Or we need let's say we wanted a stone knife, right? And then dear Lord, a stone axe head, and we wanted to make stone pickaxes with those. What we could do is we could continuously craft these. We could go here, continuously craft this, go here, continuously craft this, and we need flax twine as well. Go here, continuously craft this. You would have to set one up in each of these, but you could have them running all at the same time. And if you have a whole bunch of resources built up, like I got flax twine here, I got large rocks here, and then axe heads somewhere else, or looks like I might have used them all. They will go down the line until they can't anymore. For example, right here. Can't craft flax twine continuous, needs one dry flax. And this is a great way to have the computer tell you what you need going down here. So what I'm going to do in the future is set up rows. So like this row will be the bread making row. This row will be the stone hatchet row. And then just have those constantly on craft continuously. And then you can just leave them like that. And then as you get those resources, they'll make them. Same thing, with the kiln. What I do is with the fire, you can continuously cook. So if you get, a mammoth or a whole bunch of chickens or a whole bunch of alpacas or whatever, llamas, you can just click that, craft continuously, and someone will cook all of the meat until it's done. And then you can take that off. Same way you can unclick that. Number 4 is amount of people. As you can see here, I was just trying things out, so I accepted everybody that came along. It's not a bad strategy to get a bunch of people early, but you need to know your limits. More people means more people you have to take care of. Now, the cool part about this game is people don't really need to be doing much to be happy and or to be productive. Like I said, you can take the elders, so if you look at age here, you can take, and it has elder here, you can take these folks, and I'm not even preaching my own, and you can take all their roles away and just keep them around. Well, actually, everybody, I think I did take them all off. Oh, no, we're still on general labor. Anyways, you can take all your elders and just have them do minimal things. You don't even have to worry about them. They'll get food on their own, which is a good thing. You don't have to worry about feeding everybody. You don't have to worry about water in this game. I wish you did, but you don't. You don't have to worry about feeding them or making them sleep, which are the two things that keep them happy, or music. And as long as you got somebody playing music every now and then, you're good. So you can have a bunch of people and really only need to manage a few of them and just let the others kind of live and, enjoy themselves. But when you need them for production, you always have them. But if you have too many, sometimes it's hard to meet all of those needs, especially like food, or clothing, or just having everything covered. It really slows you down when they're in the red like this. So that is going to be amount of people. Tip number 5 is going to be climate and resources. So here I am in a kind of an arid, hilly zone. Now on these hills, there is some clay. Now I really like building castle style things like that. So I was really wanting to build, a big old keep here and whatever, but then quickly realized that there is no clay around me, and you can't dig for clay. You can only find so much in